Hey guys, welcome back. This is your host Phil from underKG.com, and today we're gonna learn pretty much everything about the Galaxy S10e. So the S10e is the smallest variant of the S10 series. There's the vanilla S10, S10e, S10 Plus, and then the S10 5G, which is not gonna be launched globally, but into select markets. Anyway, that being said, the biggest feature of the Galaxy S10e is the small compact size. The profile is 5.8 inches. That might not sound very small, but it actually is. It fits really nicely in your hand, and it's very light at the same time at 150 grams or 5.29 ounces. Nevertheless, it's got Infinity O display with slim bezels all around. Well, not all around. There's still a small amount in the bottom chin, but to me, that's ignorable. The more interesting part is that it's got a flat panel, which technically speaking is lesser variant than the edge panels, but in reality, it's a lot easier to put a screen protector and it's probably gonna get cracked less. And to complement the sturdiness, it is covered by IP68 weather protection. Now, before anything else, let's talk about this display. There are a number of ways to wake the phone up. Firstly, you can use a fingerprint reader, position right there. I actually like this position. When I first saw this, I thought it was a little too uptight, but since the phone is so small, my right thumb lies really snugly right there, and so does my left index finger. Along with that, there are new options like lift to wake and double tap to wake up, or you can always use the face recognition via the camera. Anyway, the screen's got resolution of Full HD Plus, which is lower than QHD Plus on the other S10 devices, but more than enough on a 5.8 inches of display. The panel is very accurate in colors, it's bright at the same time, it's really nice, especially under direct sunlight. For the nighttime, it's got blue light filter or even the night mode. This is a system-wide dark mode, so all of the first-party apps interface is gonna turn black or very dark in the sense. There are two screen modes, vivid or natural. In vivid mode, you can choose your own white balance, cool or warm, or even to the advanced settings to RGB individually. And then there is the camera cutout. Most of the apps work fine. You can make the full screen app stop right before the top panel or stretch all the way despite losing some space with that camera hole. If you hate it so much, you can even decide to hide that area as whole, but I don't see many reasons to do so. And of course, there's the always on display that is a lot more customizable thanks to the new interface. Now, talking about that interface, the whole system is run by Exynos 9820 or Snapdragon 855 in Americas, China, and Japan. Now, the overall optimization is flawless. It's actually really fast. I was surprised that Samsung's work. It even has Wi-Fi 6 for ultra-fast connection. And look at this interface, it's called One UI, and this is the best one Samsung has ever done so far. Everything's got simple, rounded corners. The color themes are very neat. The icons are not most beautiful, but they're way nicer than before. The tabs are on the bottom, so they're easier to reach. It is based on Android Pie, so you can swipe to multitask around. You can replace the navigation bar with the full screen gesture, so you can just swipe on the bottom. And Samsung finally lets you customize the Bixby key. Either single or double press has to be Bixby, but you can customize the other action to the app that you want. The next department is camera, and it's got two of them. They axe down the telephoto lens so you can't have the optical zoom. You can quickly launch the camera with the double tap on the power key, and the app looks like this. It's the classic Samsung camera. There are two angles, normal or wide. You can go 120 degrees of wide angle, and overall it takes very nice photos. The main lens can switch between f1.5 or f2.4, so the low light photos are brighter and the brighter scenes are sharper. There's the scene optimizer that automatically recognizes the scene and applies the optimum setting for it. Although the food mode is usually way too orangish, it now suggests you the best proportion. It's not always helpful, and it sometimes gives the shutter lags. So if you're sure that you don't need that, you might want to turn that off on the settings. Anyway, overall, the normal angle camera is just great. Now, switching to the wide angle, it's not the sharpest photos that you'll get, but you have to understand that it's a wide angle camera, and this is so much better than the other wide angle cameras that's got lower resolution and smaller pixel sizes. This is definitely one of the better wide angle cameras that I tried. And there's also the super steady shot video, which utilizes the wide angle camera and crops it to super stabilize it. Albeit capped at full HD resolution, the result is stunning. Also, the live focus is a lot better too. Samsung's older machines tend to complain all the time that it doesn't know what to do. It couldn't apply the effect for whatever reason that it doesn't even know. But it's different now. It's very positive. It always says the effect is ready, and they usually are, and does a pretty good job. There are a number of options to choose from, the blur effects, and the edge processing is so much better. The Selfie Cam is also nice. It hasn't changed much. It's still f1.9, but switching the lens gives us a little glow effect that's very fun. It's capable of autofocus, so it can focus exactly on the spot that you want, and there's a wide angle option, and there's also live focus feature. This is software backed, so it needs a human face. Anyway, first in the Galaxy, the Selfie Cam now also supports 4K video recording. Audio-wise, we can start with the stereo speaker, one on bottom and one on top. Simply put, they sound very nice, especially with the Dolby Atmos turned on. I strongly suggest this, although they sound the best 2 steps below the maximum volume. If you're wondering, Samsung kept the headphone jack there, so that's a very nice thing. And there are loads of sound effects, starting from the equalizer that you can even custom. The UHQ upscaler and adapt sound is still there, although they axed down the Tube Amp Pro and concert hole. I never was a fan of either feature, so I don't really care, but did they really have to get rid of them? And finally, the battery. It's got 3100 mAh of cell built inside, and it wasn't that overwhelming. It gave me 5 hours of screen on time, which is not spectacular. It's about average in 2019, but thanks to that, charging the phone back is actually fast. Through the USB-C port, it gets up to 15 watts of fast charging. Half an hour is going to give it 48%, an hour for 82, hour and a half for 93, and fully charging the phone only takes an hour and 40 minutes. It also does faster wireless charging, and look at this, it's got wireless power share mode. This was firstly introduced with Huawei, I guess they didn't patent it. So now you can use your phone as a wireless charging pad, like this. Even works with the cable plugged in. And here we go with the conclusion. Simply put, I like this phone. Samsung managed to put everything inside this small package. Sure, it doesn't do anything crazy, but it's so well balanced that I barely have anything to complain about. It's small, it's light, its build is very solid, it's a powerful device with the latest chipset, the cameras are great, it's got amazing audio, and the battery's good enough at a relatively affordable price of $749 US. And I hate to call $749 for a phone affordable or fair by any chance, but that's just the world we're living in right now. So yeah, that's the Galaxy S10e. I believe the E stands for essential, and the phone lives very much up to that name. It's everything essential without anything that isn't in a small package, which is a very rare thing to be seen in 2019. So that's the Galaxy S10e. Thank you always for watching. If you have any questions, please do leave them down in the comment section below. We'll see you guys later. You can always meet us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Ciao.